There is new information tonight in the strip club shooting in Tampa. A second person has died from their injuries, and now police have released a photo from that night. The picture shows a man who detectives want to talk to. Jeff Patterson joins us now live from Tampa with the update on this case. Jeff?
Yeah, good evening, Jen. 8 people were shot that night inside of Club Rain. 2 have now died, and police are trying to piece together what happened in the confusing moments as the shooting went down. The video is from a cell phone sent out live over the Twitter app Periscope. It's dark and loud. It may be one of the first times a man has ever sent out live images of his own murder. That night, Marvin Lancaster III was holding the phone as he was shot and killed at the club. Police now tell us Christopher Houston has also died from gunshot wounds he received that night.
Oh my God, somebody shot. I hear them saying somebody get an ambulance.
In the chaotic moments after the shooting, people ran from the club. But police now tell us they want to speak to one man who was there in particular.
We don't have his identity. He is not a suspect. He is being described as a person of interest. We'd like to identify him so that we could talk to him.
Take a close look at this photo. Police have identified others who were in the club that night who were standing near this man. But so far, they don't know who this person is.
He appears to be in a situation where he might have seen something that would be of interest to us. Some of the other people that we see in the video, we have been able to identify. We have not been able to identify this one.
We've talked to a number of people about Club Rain who are saying there have been shootings in the parking lot at the club, but nothing like this. We're told club security normally pats people down for weapons as they enter the club, but somehow at least one person got a gun into the club that night.
That raises the question of why there was a weapon there inside the nightclub. That's something we'd also like to have an answer to.
Yeah, some of the people who were shot that night inside of the club have been released from the hospital. We attempted to speak to several of them today. They just didn't want to talk on camera. Jen?
And obviously we saw in that Periscope video and in your video, there were a lot of people in the club that night, which means there were potentially a lot of witnesses. Are police getting any cooperation from witnesses who were there that night?
Yeah, a lot of witnesses, Jen. They tell me detectives are speaking to some of them, so they have information, just not enough information yet to make an arrest.
So somebody else needs to start talking. Jeff Patterson, live for us tonight. Thank you, Jeff.